Alright, so today we're going to be ranking every single Gaming Legends series skin in a tier list from best to worst, and there's quite a lot of them to go through, so we're just going to get straight into it. As you can see on screen, here is the tier list. So obviously S tier is the best and then D tier for the worst, and there are actually quite a lot of Gaming Legends skins. I didn't actually realize there were this many. Let's get straight into it because there are loads to get through. So first up we have got the Kratos skin, and I'm not gonna lie, I think the first one is probably one of my favorites. I think this one's just gonna have to go straight into S tier. Kratos, definitely one of my favorites when it comes to the Gaming Legends skins. And it looks like we've gone off to a pretty good start here. The first one is literally going in S tier. Next up, as you can see, we have got another pretty cool skin. I'm probably just going to put this one straight into A tier. Obviously the Psycho Bandit skin did release quite a while ago, and I think this one is a really good one. It's very simple when it comes to the skin compared to some of the others especially. But as an overall skin, I think it was quite a sweaty skin at some point as well, but it's quite a good one. Now Master Chief, again, I think for most people this would have to go in S tier. It probably is my favourite out of all of them, I'm not gonna lie. I think in terms of Gaming Legends skins, Master Chief with the halo and everything is just very iconic, and I think without a doubt easily has to go in the top tier. The next up we have got the Chun-Li skin, and it's got some pretty cool styles, but I'm probably just going to put it straight into A tier. I think the colours are cool, and an overall skin, I do use it sometimes, it's a pretty good one. Compared to some of the others though, I'm not sure if it's quite S tier, but definitely a great skin and probably one of my favourites as well. Next up we have got the Ryu skin. Again, I do own this one, I do sometimes use it, it's got a couple of styles. Probably put in the A tier as well. It's pretty cool with like the bandana it's wearing and the colours, you know, it's just a pretty cool outfit and you can't really dislike this one. Next up we have got the Lara Croft skin, and I don't really have anything against this skin. I think it's a pretty good one, but compared to some of the others, definitely one of my least favourites. I mean, if you're comparing it to skins like the Master Chief skin and Kratos and all the other ones on the list, I think it's probably my least favourite. Even though it's not a bad skin overall, I just definitely prefer the others a lot more. Next up we have got another pretty cool skin here. I'm going to put it straight into the B tier. I think this one is quite a new one, if I'm not wrong. It's called the Alloy skin, and again the colours are quite cool, like the outfit, you know, it's quite unique, and I think the colours just do match very nicely with like the brown, the silver, and then a bit of red and blue. It's definitely not a bad skin, so I'll definitely put it in the middle section there. Next up we have got the Gill skin, if that's how you even say it, and again it's a very unique skin. I mean, the hair on this one is pretty crazy, so it does stand out, and it's got the cool colours with the green, it's got dark green, light green, and just like the camouflaged sort of trousers it's wearing. And again, pretty good skin, I like it, I'll put it in B tier. Now next up we have got the Cammy skin. Again, sometimes I use this one, it's got some good styles as well. I actually quite like the hat it has, you know, with like the red, I think it really stands out, and like just the green colours as well. Works together very nicely, and a great overall skin. It's definitely going to have to go straight into the A tier, for sure one of my favourites. Now next up we have got the Chris Redfield skin, and I think this one is a decent skin. I mean, the colours again match quite nicely, and I think I do prefer it over quite a lot of skins on this list, but comparing it to some of the ones in S and A tier, I'm not sure if it gets quite in there for me, so I'm going to put it in the tier below in B tier. Still a really good skin, but I definitely prefer a lot of the other ones. Now next up we have got the Gill Valentine skin, and again a good skin overall, but if you compare it, I mean, I'm not sure if it is really one of my favourites, so I'm going to put it straight into the C tier. I think I definitely prefer a lot of the other skins in S tier, A, and even B tier. Even though this one's got some cool colours with the different shades of blue, there are just a load of really good skins on the list, and it's quite hard to choose which ones we prefer the most, but for me, I'm going to put it in C tier there. Now next up we have got a really cool skin with the hair, but again, compared to the others, not really one of my favourites, even though I wouldn't say it's a bad skin, the Arcane Jinx. So I'll put it in C tier with the other skin as well, Gill Valentine. Two good skins, but for me, in my opinion, I definitely prefer a lot of the other ones, and I wouldn't really use these over a skin like the Gill skin, for example. Next up we have got, again, a decent one. I'll just put it straight into B tier. I think this one, the Marcus Phoenix skin, it's got some pretty cool colours, again the silver, the hat. I think there's too much to be said about this skin, a decent skin, and I'll just put it in B tier. Next up we have got the Kate Diaz skin, and again I probably like it just as much as the previous one, so I'll put them both in B tier. Both very similar skins in terms of the outfits, the colours, and again both good skins, so I'll just put it in the middle tier there. Next up we have got probably one of my favourites on the list. Now speaking of colours, I like this one a lot with the red and then a bit of black as well, the Arcane V Skin, and this one has to go in A tier for me. I like the hair with like the red and then the jacket they're wearing really makes it stand out, and then they got a bit of black and grey, which just actually complements the colours really nicely. So I'll put it in A tier there. Really clean skin, and definitely one of my favourites on the list. Now next up we have got the Ezio Skin. I don't even know how you pronounce that fully, but it's called the Ezio Skin, and I actually like this one as well. The styles are really cool. The sort of like cloaked hood they're wearing makes it quite unique, and the colours, the red, the white, I actually really like this one. Not quite S tier for me, even though it could even go in there, especially with the styles, but I'll just keep it in A tier for now. Next up on the list we have got the Ever, okay, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, but as you can see it is on screen. We've got that skin, and it looks very similar in terms of the colours and in terms of the outfit the character is wearing. It looks very similar to some of the skins in B tier, so I'll probably put it in B tier as well. Looks like a pretty good skin. Nothing really stands out too much. There's definitely nothing bad about the skin, so it's definitely got to go in the middle tier for me. Now next up we have got a pretty crazy skin called a Blanca. Now this one, like whenever I see this in fashion shows, it just stands out so much because it's just such a crazy skin. The green, the hair is just crazy. It's kind of like the Hulk skin pretty much, and I think it is a good skin. So I'm going to put it in B tier. I was thinking of putting it in A tier, but for me it doesn't quite get there. But still a good skin. It's definitely not a bad skin, and it's definitely not one of my favourites. I wouldn't really use it that much, but you know, it's just average. Well, maybe just above average. So next up and lastly on the list we have got the Sakura Skin, and again this one is just so clean. I mean, the colours with the white, red and blue matches nicely. The bandana as well. I think everything about this is so clean, it's got to go in A tier for me, and that is my tier list complete. As you can see, I've rearranged each section from best to worst in my opinion. So I've got my favourite as the Master Chief skin, and then my least favourite as the Lara Croft skin. So make sure to comment down below which Gaming Legends series skin is your favourite. And if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more. And there's a lot more videos on screen here. Make sure to click another one to keep on watching, and I'll see you over there.